today's class we will be looking at climate change. First of all, let me recap what we have learned on this today's class. We have learned about tropical cyclone, how it's formed, and from where that tropical cyclone has come across. That's what is tropical cyclone is about. Now, in generally, climate change is known as change in weather pattern. Now, let me before starting, let me read the learning outcome for this class. At the end of this class, students should identify what is climate change is about. Students should identify greenhouse effects and its causes. Students should also identify what is social impact of climate change is about. Now to begin it, introduction of climate change is about change that are normally brought about by climatic variation have caused major environmental concern worldwide. This change without doubt bring about a crisis of huge protection which affects the regulates of environment economically, socially, and even politically too. When the weather pattern shifts from instant, this normally leads to very big trends in protection of food owing to a fact that is climatic conditions become relatively unpredictable. Flooding is normally more in this situation occur in such cases because the fresh water normally get contaminated when the sea level rise. So also disease is spread more faster in such instance, while pests again also gain an added advantage what they use for destruction of food crops. Now, what is a climate change? Climate change is known as influenced by presence of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which can trigger change in climate pattern across the global. Climate change can also be defined as any change in climate over time due to natural various reasons or as a result of human activities. Change can found as follows. Temperature are also decreasing. When temperature increase and decrease, climate change happen. Weather patterns are changing. Like sometimes when we have rain and sometimes we have sun, that means that the climate change are happening. Extreme weather events such as floods and droughts are becoming more common. Sea levels are rising due to warmer ocean and melting ice cap. Oceans are becoming more acidic due to absorption of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Precipitation patterns are changing globally. Some areas become wider while others are becoming drier. Seasonal patterns like monsoon are also changing. Now, we will be looking at carbon cycle. Carbon is one of the most abundant elements on Earth. Most of the carbon is stored as carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Also, second, as bias in land, plant, and as soil. Third, as fossil fuels in a varieties of disaster. Fourth, as collection of iron in the ocean. Now, we will be looking at carbon cycle, what it is about. Carbon cycle is one of the biochemical process that regulate the Earth climate. It regulates hundreds of billions of carbon annually around countless and also ocean and atmosphere source. The presence of carbon dioxide in atmosphere is the main contributes to the greenhouse effects. Greenhouse effects are the gas are in the atmosphere observing and holding heat, which causes Earth's temperature to rise. The increase in greenhouse gas in atmosphere is leading to the increase of global temperature. The Earth is getting warmer. The greenhouse effect, whereby all the heat generated by solar energy hitting the Earth's surface is back into space. Although greenhouse effect is helpful in trapping some energy to keep temperature on our planet mild and suitable for living things. However, too much greenhouse gases can cause the atmosphere temperature to increase out of control. And in your notes there are global warming and greenhouse effects diagram, which you have to draw in your exercise book. Now we will be looking at head page. Greenhouse gases and carbon dioxide, methane. Greenhouse gases is known as carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, nitrous oxide, hollow carbons. Source of greenhouse gas is known as tourism activities, mining activities, transportation, production, increase, agriculture, transportation, open burning. Cause of greenhouse effects. The first point we will be looking at influenced directly by human activities, which are carbon dioxide released through fossil fuel burning, cement production, deforestation, methane, biomass burning, nitrous oxide. Now, second point we will be looking at influenced by non-human activities. Even if human stop all activity that emits greenhouse effects gas, the impact of water vapor at site construction would continue to explain from generation. Non-human activity or natural phenomena. Verification in solar radiation. Increasing events suggest that sun-spot activity might simply affect our climate. Time of high annual temperature on Earth appear to correspond to period of maximum sunspot activity. Volcanoes. Now, second point, I will be telling you about volcanoes eruption. When volcanoes erupt, they eject tons of sulfur dioxide and ash into the air. Both of these substances deflect solar energy back into space, leading to global cooling. This cooling normally peaks 1 to 3 years from Europe occur. Volcanoes also expel water vapor and carbon dioxide. This greenhouse gas actually causes warming long after ash and sulfur dioxide has settled. Volcano aura has helped build up the Earth atmosphere and the current global average temperature to current level. Now, third point, I will be looking at change in ocean circulation. Climate change affects the ocean circulation by exchanging of heat between the ocean and the atmosphere. Now, fourth point I will be discussing is about corruption of the atmosphere. Gases in atmosphere can increase, alter flowing volcanic eruption. At present, there is increasing constant and build up of CO2, that is known as carbon dioxide, and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which observe and retain the heat, making world to be warmer place. Now, for this lesson, I will be looking at social impact of climate change. Now, social impact of climate change majority is known as human health. Human health is affected by medical and physical health. That is change in fitness, activity level, heat relates illness. Second one, mental health, stress, depression, and sense of loss. Now, second point, I will be looking at displacement of people and migration. The internal displacement is known as motoring. Center report that there were over 42 million environment refugees in Asia and the Pacific during 2010 to 2011. These people were displaced by or because of rising of sea level, drought, storm, flooding, and heat and cold waves. They are now more environment displaced than political and world war. Now, second point is known as climate change, will affect all four dimensions of food security, food availability, food accessibility, food system, and food stability. Water resource, water utilized by humans through various activities like agriculture, industrial, domestic, and fishes. Shortage of food and water. Shortage of food and water. Shortage of food and water will become commonplace in the future as world population is growing and increasing and high demand for this reason. However, agriculture output in many regions of the world is declining because of brownness and heat waves, wildfires, and change in precipitation. In addition, fresh water supply are decreasing due to melting of glaciers and lakes and water quantity, and also many other reasons that I will be discussing you tomorrow. Now I will be giving you some of the homework. 10 to page 101. There are activity 1 from question 1 to question 7. You will be doing as your homework, and that's all for today's class. Thank you.